Hello, dear friends. A heartfelt welcome to our April Zach chat and greetings to you, dearest Zach. Welcome back.
Welcome, my dears. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. My goodness, since we last spoke, we've had a very energetic few weeks. It certainly looks to me as though it's a time now where circumstances are drawing us inwards for reflection on all of the new awareness of our soul's journey and all the changes that are actually taking place in our inner realms and inside our bodies. So I'd love to explore a bit more about that with you today. Also, we've got all these amazing outer experiences, and a lot of us have been captivated by the sheer beauty of the solar eclipse captured on many cameras. And today, during the transmission, I'd love to ask you a little bit more about the astrological influences from your perspective. So I
Where would you
know
like
that
to begin, my dear?
I'd like to begin with the inner, the way we're feeling inside right now. We've had, one of the biggest astrological events of the year, of many years, and I'd love to hear your perspectives.
Let me paint you a picture that you will all be able to associate within your lives. Think about a wonderful festival that you have been looking forward to. Maybe it is May Day, maybe Mardi Gras, maybe it is a big Notting Hill festival, all of these different festivals. And maybe it is a big religious Hindu uh, festival or other. Every festival has a beginning where there is much preparation coming together. There are people collaborating who is going to do what. Then there is a big time of what is the word hive of activity. Think of buzzy bees in a hive. Everybody doing their task to make these magnificent, beautiful, colorful, whether this be things to be worn, to be waved, to do. And then, of course, there's the organizing of coming together as well of how this is going to run, how other people on the sidelines are going to be involved, how to draw them in. And so that it is not just those who are focused on the activity of putting together the celebration, the event, but how this will impact the wider audience in the most positive of ways.
Mhm.
Now, in all of those things, I do not know if you have been involved in such things, but surely if you have, there has always been a few pitfalls, a few things that do not work so well, a few things that need to be changed from, plan A to plan B. But then when everything comes together, what carries people through is their hearts, is
Mm.
their desire to enjoy the experience, to be part of the experience, to share the experience with others. A Mardi Gras or a festival would not be interesting at all if the only people involved are those who created it.
Mhm.
It is about what it shares with the world, the color it brings to the world, the energy, the joy, the sharing. Now, you could certainly say, but Zachariah, all of this we have been doing has not felt like getting ready for a festival. But this is an analogy that you can see does actually fit because it comes together through lots of people. But what really is important is what happens when the event happens. And this is what you have had recently across the equinoxes, across the eclipses, across the planetary associations, forwards, backwards, up, down, here, there, everywhere, and also the dwarf planets further out and other. This has been inspiring a lot of what has gone on, as well as the inspiration of people's own inner hearts, what they have really deeply desired to be the change. You know, the saying that is so well known in your world, be the change you want to see. But a lot of people, what you are really doing is activating change that is deep within your heart, not from your mind. And the deep change that people really want to have is a way out of loneliness, a way out of separation, a way out of suffering. And they know in their hearts that comes from collaboration, from coming together, from sharing their smile with another. It is different from many years ago. It is now a time when people know when they collaborate, they have to give part of themselves. This isn't about, I'm just getting there in a group and I want the group to stop me feeling lonely, to stop me suffering. They realize they have got to bring something. And this is why I'm using this example of the festival. And this is what has been happening. This is what we are seeing across the world. Yes, of course, there is a lot of strife in the world. We are talking about people's hearts, though. And what we are seeing in a smaller way, smaller, what I mean is quite smaller, is not so on the surface. But this is coming out. And there has been, the earth, the universe has breathed out an exhalation, sigh of relief that this has now happened. And you are feeling it in your hearts. This is why you are feeling this different hazel, that this is a movement going inwards. Because now that, as you say, the festival is over, there is a level of tiredness that many people may feel, a level of that is done. But in this space in between, before starting to, get ready for the next festival, there is space to come together. And what we would really encourage people is to look at the benefits, to say, what happened through all of that that made me feel good? There may be one or two things, there may be 100 things. Look at what you feel really grateful for, what your heart really yearns for, and see it start to manifest in your life. See it. Maybe you are very, very lonely. And you can say, but in all this time, I suddenly haven't got a whole raft of more friends. No, but maybe you have been getting out more. Maybe you have been saying hello to many people. Maybe you have been getting more smiles back from people. Maybe you have been encouraged to join in with other things. Maybe some friends have reached out to you recently. Little by little, it is like drops in the ocean. Our big body of water is still made up of individual drops. And this is how you get the ocean of loveliness to come to you. You understand? And so, really, whatever is going on in the world, big world picture, small world picture, what we are really advising those who are listening now to do is to take on board this reflection time, as you call it, this space, and to really see what involvement have I had? Have I been part of the festival? Was I one of the ones, or was I one of the ones that received? Now, there is no, gold star to say, oh, but you were part of the festival, and no gold star if you want to receive. We need everything. Players on a stage need an audience. Not everybody can be the actors and actresses up there. And vice versa. The audience needs to go to a picture house and see the actors. Everybody plays their part, whatever part you are playing. And this is really, really important for the whole mix. It's like the ecosystem of the planet. It would not do to only have one mammal, one insect, one type of species. We need the diversity to make the richness of the earth what it is, and the richness of this cuboid of the universe. You understand, yes, my dear?
I do. It's a beautiful way of expressing it. Thank you.
So let us look at this inner reflection. What are we really reflecting on? Yes, like I said, first of all, of the experience. What have you experienced over the last few months? People of your modern age are very into their journaling. I have to write it all down. Aha! And that can be very actually helpful. But it doesn't need to be expressed in a way on canvas, in a picture, or whatever else. It can be expressed through your heart, simply through your feeling sense. What have you felt? What changes come? What have you noticed in you that is developing your spiritual excellence, your mastery of self, your choices? What are you doing to allow yourself to be more in the higher frequency emotions than the lower ones? not again for gold stars to say, didn't I do well today? I did not feel jealousy. I did not feel anger. I did not feel fear. Didn't I do well? This is about your health, well-being, and your enjoyment of life. To allow yourself through your choices and decisions to put yourself in a place of feeling these more lighter, more vibrant, feel more energized when you have these higher frequencies. And the more energy you feel, this is being played out. You know, you are holographic. Every cell of your being is reflecting what you are feeling outside. Therefore, this is good for your health. This is good for your creativity. This is good for your imagination. This is good for the gray cells, as they say, of the brain. This is good for your intellect. And therefore, the more you do it, the easier your decision-making comes, the easier your choices come, the easier it is to compute what you are seeing in the outside experience of your world coming in. The knowledge, if you are studying at this time, learning new things, so much easier to take it in when you are in a higher emotional state, because this is how the beauty of your body works. And as a human being, or should I say, as a soul in a human get up, this uniform that you wear, you do have the ability to choose your emotions. Now, I can already feel the thunder coming at me from people saying that is not true. It is very true that as a human, you respond to stimuli with an emotion. If someone does something terrible to you and you have an emotional response to that, which is of a lower, let us simply say, emotion, that is understandable. That is being human. However, you have the capacity to change your emotional experience from it over time. You can decide if something awful happens and you react with anger, to allow that anger to fade away and to be replaced by a different emotion. You do have the choice. You are designed to do this, but it has taken millennia of evolution and evolution for you to be in this situation that you are now, to not only understand it on intellectual conscious level, but to activate it within you and to see the results. So within this time of reflection, there's lots of different things, but I do not want to bamboozle you. This, I think, would be the most important one, to look to see how you are responding with your choices, not just of your how you respond to something, but your choice of the emotion you feel inside. It is a step in the right direction to push down the anger, still have anger, but put on a smile and do something different. That's a step in the right direction. But true mastery is actually letting the anger go, letting the fear go, letting the jealousy go, letting the shame go, whatever it is that is debilitating to you, and actually choose the emotion. And in the recent meditations, Janet was talking of bliss state, because I have been telling her that the bliss state is part of the fabric of the universe. People think of bliss as a very ascended high level, you know, oh, happiness, joy, blah, 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 bliss up here. And in transcendent states and esoteric, you could say, states, this is often how we look like going up a stepladder to reach it, or it can be a transcendent state. However, in every single day, bliss is actually around you. It is supporting you. It is in the fabric of the air. It is in the fabric of the water. It is in the fabric of the earth. And you are all of these. Therefore, it is in the fabric of you. Therefore, if you do not know what emotion to change to, work on this. Try it. See how it feels. Say to yourself, I choose bliss. And what bliss does is like a converter. It will convert, and maybe you will feel a blessed state, or maybe it will convert what you are feeling into a far more comfortable state of being. Maybe it will move into contentment. Maybe it will move into a state where you think, why am I even bothered about this? I can let it go. Maybe it will move into happiness or joy or bliss or other that you think of in the traditional ways that you know bliss.
Mm.
And so this is a very practical thing, different heads up that everybody, all of you listening now, can really take on board. And it doesn't have to be in the times of response of something very difficult. This can just be every day. Maybe you are walking your dog. Maybe you are sitting having a cup of tea. Maybe you are eating cake. Haha, my favorite thing. Is it not? Favorite? Ha ha ha. Maybe you're taking the children to school, going to work, working on your computer, digging the garden. It does not matter. Emotions are with you wherever you go because emotions are a part of you. You cannot go, I'm going to go for a walk in the woods and I'm going to leave these emotions behind. They are part of you.
Mm.
So take the solution with you as well. Say to yourself, and especially when you are struggling, say to yourself, you know what? I choose bliss state at this time and allow bliss to be part of you. And one of the reasons why this is so important, remember I said after the festival, this time now, after these eclipses, we have moved into another stage of light on your planet, another stage of evolution on your planet. And because you are part of the planet, therefore it is within you. Therefore, this is another tool that I can give you now that will work. This isn't something that needs to go off into hermitage for many years to study, to meditate on. This is part of you. This has been activated within you. It may feel, I'm going to use your word, Hazel, challenging. How much Janet used to dislike that word, did she not? Challenging. She'd say difficult, and you'd say challenging. She'd say difficult. Well,
I do remember.
if you say things that are challenging, then they're even more sweet. It is like waiting for fruit to ripen. It is sour when you bite into it. But if you wait for the sweetness to come, you will be rewarded by that sweetness and the goodness it gives to your body. This is the same here. Anything new can be tricky, challenging to do initially. And also the doubt that is naturally within you because you think, oh, it is really going to work. What is that I'm talking about? I say try it. Try it, engage in it, and know the wisdom of your heart that you have changed. Everybody has changed. The whole earth has changed. They have the access point so much more now to so many different things. And this is one of these things. Choose bliss and see what happens. Use it as a tool, just as you may use your knife and fork to eat your dinner. You know, when you're a baby, some give you a knife and fork, you don't know what to do with it. But now, some gives you a plate of scrumptious, delicious food and a knife and fork, and you'll be digging in without even thinking about it, will you not?
Indeed.
This is the same thing. Understand, yes, my dear?
I love that idea of actually generating that feeling and that state of bliss inside. And even if you go to other places along the way towards bliss and you sort of build that ladder of energy towards bliss, you are beginning to get into a really positive flow, aren't you?
And if nothing else, it will replace the difficulty that is there. Now, that doesn't mean to say the thoughts suddenly go away, but the feeling dissipates. So, for example, maybe you are in the middle of a very, very difficult uh, scenario with a group of people or another person. And this has really taken on a lot in your mind, and there's a lot of thoughts. And it is not just about the decisions, it is going over all the feelings and other things that have happened. We understand this. Human, understand. You're living your life. What the bliss will help to do is to disentangle the emotions of the past to allow your present self in the elevated self that you are now, and knowing that you have choices, and knowing that the good of all is always better than the good for one. And through that, you can alight different emotions, which will then help the thoughts to elevate in themselves, to shift and change. How many times have you thought something over and thought, oh, here we go again? I thought this yesterday. I thought this the day before. A month before, I was thinking the same thing. Why can I not stop thinking about it? It is because you have not evaluated yet the emotion that is attached to that thought. When the emotion changes, the thought changes. Just like when the thought changes, often the emotion changes. But it is actually fundamentally in the energetic state that you are now far more prominent. The emotional body through this eclipse series, your energy bodies, all the energy bodies that you have within yourself as a human being, in the personality you are in this life, there are times when different ones take dominance. In everybody's emotional state is taking dominance. This is one of the reasons why you see such emotional outbursts, whether it is in very negative situations such as war and other, where what could be seen as positive in those that are really getting out there and helping people, whatever it may actually be, it is because the emotions are really taking prominence. Even you will see it in the animal kingdom. You will see, if you talk to people that are working with animals, they will tell you that the animals are becoming more emotional. That can actually even be seen by humans. And this is because this predominant force, which can shift our experience in so many different ways, is being worked through now. And really taking the opportunity to know that you can fundamentally change your emotional state. And of course, when you change your emotional state, this will then have influence, like a wave, like a ripple on the sea, moving through your other energy states. So as you allow your emotions and you choose your emotions to stay mainly in a higher state, it then follows reason that this will ripple out and allow your physical state to be in a higher level of awareness, your mental state, your spiritual state, all of you into a place. And that is, how to say, it takes the pressure off. It means that everything can flow. Everything has the ability to expand, to have space, to not only become something better, but to improve, to heal, to restore. That word from the meditation recently.
Yeah.
And all of this can be done by simply doing our homework and actually activating our own inner ability to transcend the emotion that naturally may come to us in a moment without choice to what we actually wish it to be. Understand? Yes.
Yeah, so we really have a heightened ability to be able to choose our emotional state right now, that this is a new opportunity for us to explore this new ability.
The thing is, it's always been there. It took an adept. It took someone that needed to focus. You get a lot of people that are very focused on their well-being, and they may have worked on this. There are people, and we have spoken about it, different Hazel before, and this is very much a part that has always been available. It's just now that this is available not only to everyone, but this is actually an encouragement. Think as if the heart of the universe is encouraging everybody here on earth to really take it to their hearts now, to really be able to transcend with this. Can you yes, actually, let us do this. I'm not going to just ask you to run. I'm going to ask everybody now to wander the lanes of wonder with me. And we know wandering the lanes of wonder means that you can let your imagination soar in any direction without any concern about manifesting all sorts of things that we do or we don't want. This is simply wandering the lanes of wonder. This is as if you were trying something out first. The first pancake that you make that gets thrown away. You understand? Let us wander the lanes of wonder together. I would like everybody now to imagine, first of all, their close friends, their family, their community, where everybody was not only able, but was choosing a higher emotional state all of the time. Think how different the conversations may be. Think how different any misunderstandings may be.
Mm.
Think how different the actions may be. It may even impact the love people have for each other. Now let us expand our wandering, our lanes of wonder. Let us go far further out from community, from county, from country, from continent. Let's forget all the boundaries. Let us simply say, what would life be like on planet Earth if in this instant right now, everybody took this ability to heart, had it as their priority in their day, that in all their interaction, everything they do, the decisions they make, the choices they make, they come from a place. And when I say a higher emotional state, I'm talking about a comfortable emotion. So it does not have to be coming from a place of absolute springing about joy, but coming from a place that is lifted. So they can stay in the ways, I say, of jealousy, shame, hopelessness, powerlessness, fear, anger, deprivation, desolation, but coming from a place that is, if you think like a line in between that is higher than this, a place of contentment, a place of peace, a place of lightness, a place of desire for good for self and others. Can you even imagine? Maybe you cannot even imagine it. If you cannot imagine it now, do this over the coming days. Spend a little time. Again, it doesn't have to be in deep meditation. Maybe if you just have a few moments while you're sitting on a train, on the bus, while you're waiting for your children outside the school. Whatever you might be doing, wander the lanes of wonder until you can truly imagine a world where everybody is in that emotional state. Then think how different their choices, their decisions, their actions could be. Think how quickly that ripple effect, just like the waves on the ocean again, would spread across the world. Now you can see the importance of what we are speaking of today. Now you can see the importance of humanity harnessing this elevated skill of truly not just going, oh, it's too hard. It's actually comforting to be able to go into my anger right now. It's comforting to me and my thoughts to feel jealousy for that person. Because there is a level of comfort. Now you may be hearing this saying, it is not. Think about it. There is, because it allows in that state of being, if you can actually reason with self and say, because of this, because of that, I can feel this. And they are natural emotions, otherwise people wouldn't have them anymore. Mm-hmm. What you have the choice to do is not to feed that emotion, not to give it more fuel, not to say this is emotion that is a part of me and I am just, say, for example, a jealous person, and that is how it is, and give it space to grow. You can say, wow, I did not know I had so much jealousy. I did not know I felt this way. And allow yourself to feel the discomfort that comes to you from that emotion, because that is what will springboard you to make the choice to choose a different way, to choose a different emotion. And as I say, use bliss as a converter. Say to yourself, actually, this is really uncomfortable to feel this jealousy. I honor it. I not berate myself for it, because this is what I'm feeling right now. However, my choice is to move myself out. Think of it as a frequency, like a dial on a radio set. It is not that you are trying to do something like you want to crunch it up like a bowl of newspaper and throw it away. It is not, I've got to get rid of the jealousy and then I feel this. You actually convert it because you are energy. Emotion is an energy, but it is a frequency. This is why we talk so much about the light. The light is a natural transference of frequency. If I just said to you and you were in deep, deep jealous state, and I said, oh, shed a bit of light on it, you'll feel it no more. You think I'm talking conjunct. But if you can see it for what it is, that it is an energy that is residing within you, just like when you have a big glass of orange juice that gives you energy, so it just comes from a different source. It's giving you energy. That the orange juice is giving you, giving your cells and everything a hit of energy to give you energy. But this jealousy is giving you energy in a different sort of way. And just as your body would convert that orange juice into energy, and you might run or do something and use it up the jealousy by shifting the frequency. Use bliss. Say to yourself, I would like to feel a more comfortable, a more elevated, a lighter emotion, whatever word fits within your own framework that has comfort and meaning. This is the most important thing, that has meaning for you to convert. And what you'll see as you do it more and more, it will take less and less and less time to move it. If you look at very high level adepts of pretty much every single religion of true heart, those who are really, really feeling the depths of the meaning of every single religion, which is about a coming together of people and love and oneness, they can go through the most horrific things, be governed, have so much on their shoulders. But those true people, you will still see with a smile. They will still see that they will not be beholden to those emotions. They have trained to shift and move those emotions. And now every single person has this ability. Understand this?
Oh, Zach, that's a wonderful teaching. I really like the fact that you've said acknowledge the emotions and find other ways to release them, not fueling it with our energy.
When someone is in a high emotional state, they do not make bad decisions. Now, that is not saying every decision that they make is the optimum decision for this. What we mean is they do not hurt themselves or others with their decisions when they are in a higher energetic state. Very simple words. They do not hurt themselves or other people. But can you imagine a world where the decisions that every single person makes does not intentionally, some things maybe people don't know about and they might hurt people, I'm talking about intentionally hurt another. That would go some serious way to making heaven, divinity here for everybody on earth, would it not?
Oh, it so would. Yes. Yes, it feels very much that everything you've shared today is really a map to help us to co-create our heaven on earth and a world in which we really wish to experience life in. It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Zach. I love doing that experience that we did together. That was very powerful, really imagining just what that would be like when we are all experiencing life from a higher frequency.
So let us flow with it. Like the rivers that are flowing around the world. Let us flow. Because when we do not flow, everything becomes condensed. When we flow, we expand. So in all of this, if you need a little visual to help you, think of yourself like a river. That you are flowing. You are flowing ever through the different tributaries into larger, larger rivers until you are one with the ocean of life. And that ocean of life contains everything upon this earth, all sentient beings. That is even the earth itself, even the boulders, they have no heartbeat. part of it. Everything is a part of it. But in the meantime, allow yourself to be your own river, to be your own flow, to know those tributaries are there and that they flow into you. This isn't only about you being a part and helping others. What they are doing is helping you. Allow the flow to happen. Emotions flow as well. It is a very good analogy for the two things to use together. You know, water has always been used to express emotion, and it is because it flows, it shifts, it changes. Allow yourself to be in the river of life and enjoy, my days. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
A beautiful way to sum things up. Thank you so much, Zach. And enjoy flowing into the sea of life through our beautiful rivers. Thank you all for being with us again. And we hope that you also enjoy the meditation that Zach recorded back in June 21. The time has come and it felt very pertinent to release that for all of you to be able to enjoy, to re-listen or to discover for the first time. I love the ending that you shared at that. I'll post it below so people can really tune into that. Thank you, Zach.
Pleasure, my dears. Pleasure, pleasure to all.
Pleasure. Bye-bye for now. See you all soon. Bye-bye.